Have you ever wondered how streamers get bot lobbies? Have you ever thought that the players you go up against seem to always be better than you? Have you ever had that feeling that gameplay you see on YouTube is fake? Well, have no fear, boys. Phantasm is here to explain bot lobbies. Before I start telling you industry secrets, we must first understand two things. One is skill-based matchmaking, which I'm sure you've already heard of, and the second thing is the engagement algorithm. They are actually one and the same, but everyone refers to skill-based matchmaking as to why their lobbies are so sweaty. The engagement algorithm is something that most games are using and is designed with only one thing in mind: player retention. The philosophy here is that if you ever feel like you've mastered a game or can do well in almost every game, you will get bored and move on to something else. Research has shown more players sign off of games after a win rather than a loss. More time into the game means that the more likely you are to buy something from the in-game store, a battle pass, skins, and so on. The idea was actually launched way back on November 16, 2009, in which a game was discovered after playing through the whole campaign. A really fun, game-breaking idea for a game which had no end. This was zombies, and people just couldn't stop playing it, even though you couldn't actually beat the game. The philosophy with this kind of game is the same used in casinos and in modern games. The idea that you can't actually win keeps people playing longer and spending that sweet cash. This is the engagement algorithm. Skill-based matchmaking is actually a really simple idea, and in theory is good for only beginner players. If you have a KD of 1, you'll be put into lobbies that have around the same KD. Now that we have that information, I will ask you, the viewer, a question. If your favorite streamer has a KD of 3.5, how does he drop 20 kills? Let's take the LAN event as the ultimate skill-based matchmaking system for an example. Most pros have a KD of 0.87 KD to 1.33 KD at all LAN events. I'll use Shroud's pro stats as a reference. But Phantasm, you god of aim with the ladies, I hear you say. They are going up against other pros with the same skill level. Of course their KD will be low. And yes, that's the point. If your favorite streamers have a KD of 3.5, he will play against other players with similar KDs. Which is why your KD will never actually change. The better you get, the harder the lobbies get. Fundamentally, these companies have you right where they want you. A 1v1 system. Get a kill, die, start over. But Phantasm, you world-renowned charmer of the AK-47, I hear you say. My KD does change, and I've gotten 20 kills before, daddy. And this is where the I can't. Okay. Alright. And this is where the engagement algorithm steps in. And for simplicity's sake, I will show you how it works in Apex. We will take 10 games. Games 1 through 3 will have a strict KD ratio for your lobbies. However, if you die without a kill and without time survived, the skill base will drop on the third game. No matter what you do on the fourth game through 10th, your skill-based matchmaking will again be ratio to ratio. Now if you haven't gotten a kill or time survived on the 11th game, your skill base will drop 1 to 2 tiers in KD. However, if you get more kills than your overall KD in any of these games, everything will reset, go back to the way things were back in game 1. This is skill-based matchmaking and the engagement algorithm working together. This is how Mortavius achieved his world record 40 kill game in Apex. He basically died or jumped off the map over 13 times, got into a bot lobby, and got a world record. This has since been patched, but you can start to see how some of this top tier gameplay is achieved. This is why some streamers accidentally get into bot lobbies. They like to drop hot and die over 10 times, and then end up in a bronze lobby. Daltouche used to accidentally get into bronze lobbies all the time, back when he would drop Skulltown.
Oh my god, your cock is throbbing!
Another exploit that was used in Apex that was actually similar to Warzone's exploit was that session joining with a bronze level account, and then the bronze player would back out at the last second, giving the diamond player or gold player bronze lobbies for the entire game. This has also since been patched. Next is the VPN, and this one is a little more complicated, but is very popular in Warzone, and I'm pretty sure Huskers is using it here basically because no one is shooting back at him, and he's just using a pistol. I don't even play Warzone and I get harder lobbies. The idea for the VPN is to tell the game servers you're actually in a different location than what you actually are. A lot of Warzone streamers use this to set their VPNs to Hawaii, for example, because they are low populated servers. and since the game has to start eventually, the skill-based matchmaking would start a game even if the KD ratio wouldn't be correct. If the lobby's KD ratio really needed to be 0.50 higher due to the lower player count, the game would start anyways even if the overall KD was 0.4 instead of 0.7. This exploit is still being used today for Apex and Warzone. However, the most popular exploit right now is just simply creating a new account, popularly called smurfing, and playing against other new accounts. This is your best chance at getting a bot lobby. However, with so many people doing this, like you've seen in this video, like Faide, the likelihood of you running into players that are not actually playing Apex for the first time is getting higher by the day.